Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in once again. My name's Joanna M. Cameron. I'm a mental health therapist and a life coach, and I'm bringing you mental health tips and life coaching tools that are going to help you navigate through your everyday life. And today I'm bringing you another cup of Joe to go. So, what I want to talk to you today about is letting go of that story that you have in your head. You know, that story that you hold on to, the one that defines you, the one that you cause other people to define you by, simply because you're just holding on to it. And what do? You repeat that same story over and over and over, so that now it's just a part of who you are. And you kind of expect people to see you in that way because you've held on to that story of your past for so long. And so one of the things that really kind of inspired me to want to talk about this today is because I'm in a group and there were some people kind of talking about Jeannie Mai from The Real and Jeezy. And the fact that now she's having a baby. Yes, she's married to this famous rapper. And in her past life, she was married to a white guy, and I guess from what I'm gathering, she'd spoken that she prefers white over black. And I'm assuming that's based on the fact that maybe she had dated both or had experiences with both races. And so some of the people in the group were kind of bringing up some things from her past, things that she'd said that, you know, may not have been so pleasant or pleasing to specific races at the time. And I'm not familiar with that Jeannie Mai. I don't know of her. I know of who she is now. And so my comment was basically, it's difficult to live a life when you hold people to their past and who they were, without allowing them the grace to redefine or redevelop who they are. And my thing is, you basically hold people to the standard of what they present to you currently. And so it's like when people tell you who they are, when they show you who they are, believe them. And the only thing that I've seen of her or know of her is that she's a good person. She has a loving heart and she loves her man. And so that's who I'm holding her to be currently. We've all had experiences in our past where we've been representations of ourselves that we don't necessarily like. I know for me personally, I used to be like this real religious person. And for me, looking back at that person, it was like, who is that? That's not who I am anymore. And by religious, doesn't mean that, you know, I don't believe in God or anything like that. Now, what it means is I was being judgmental towards people who didn't believe in the same spiritual beliefs that I held for myself. And, you know, almost to the point of where it was sickening. And, you know, so I look back at that and I just know that that's not who I am now. And that's simply because I've grown and I've developed and I've learned for myself and I've just lived life. And that's really all it is. So I don't hold myself to that standard of being that person anymore. I don't hold myself in that space of identifying with who that person once was. All of that has helped to shape and define who I am now, just like I'm sure experiences for her have helped to shape and define who she is as well. And, you know, it's almost like you have to know what you don't want in your life to know what you do want. And so I don't hold myself, I guess, necessarily accountable for that time in my life, or I don't bind myself to that as that, you know, as not being able to re-identify or redevelop who I am today. And so basically what I want to impart with you is to let go of your past and stop holding yourself in a space of not forgiving yourself for being a person that you used to be. And stop looking at people based on who they once were, without giving them the opportunity of showing you who they are currently. Like I said, we've all been there. And that hold that you put on not only others, but on yourself, it stunts your growth. And a lot of us, like I said, we just keep replaying these stories, in our head. We'll hold on to who we once were, and we won't even allow our own selves to grow, let alone what other people are doing to us in the outside world, and holding us to what we once said, or how we once believed, or how we once acted. We're doing it to ourselves, and that's holding us in bondage. It's holding us in a place of not being able to grow and be who we want to be. So, if somebody calls you on it and says, well, that's not what you said before, or that's not who you used to be, or, why are you acting like this? That's not how you always acted. You can choose to answer if you want, or you can just simply say, I don't believe it anymore. That's not what I believe. That's not who I am. Or however you want to address the issue. For me personally, I just simply say, I don't believe that anymore. And I leave it at that. So for someone who kind of gets caught up in how people feel about them or what they think about them, it might be a difficult transition, but the difficult part comes when you are holding yourself to your past. So what I'm imploring of you today is to let go of that past story. Allow yourself to redevelop, redefine, and become who you actually are now, and to be okay with living in that space. Let go of the hold that you have on yourself, and allow others to grow as well. So that's my cup of Joe to go, and I hope that you got something out of this. Please leave me comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on letting go of those past stories. Don't let them bind you. All right, I'm Joanna M. Cameron. I will see you again, same place next week. Bye for now.